Let's stay with the big bangers. Leapai Kevin Johnston has been rescheduled to April 1 and it's live right here on Epicentre.tv. Your thoughts, Paul, on Leapai Johnston? You think it's a very dangerous fight.
I think it's a tough fight. It's a really, really tough fight. We sat here on the show last time we looked at it, and when you break down what Johnston can bring to the ring, I think Alex is in for a really hard night. I full credit to him for taking the fight. Yeah. I think it's a terrific fight to take, and it's going to be a tough fight.
Went 12 rounds with Vitaly Klitschko.
Yeah, I agree with Paul, and I admire Alex. He's had a position in his career that this is the ideal fight. This will make very much question and answer time for him. They've had a go, and it's great to see it here.
27 fights, 25 wins, just 11 KOs, not a huge banger, Kevin Johnston. How much do you know about Kevin Johnston, Carly?
I know that he's a very talented boxer. Not a big puncher like you just stated, 11 KOs, but he is a very, very sharp, skillful boxer. I just agree with what Johnny and Paul said. I just agree with you guys. Like, he's having a go, you know what I mean? Hats off to him. He's taking the step up. He won't die wondering. His management team is doing a great job with him. But, you know, he is in with a puncher's chance, obviously. He is a banger. I could see the fight being very difficult for him. I could see Johnston just boxing his way to victory. Like people I've spoken to in the States who have done a lot of round sparring with Johnston, they tell me sometimes he doesn't throw anything but his jab, but they say, damn, his jab is good. You know, and he's very hard to hit.
It is one of those moments, though, and Johnny alluded to it there, where it's step-up time for Alex Leapai.
Exactly.
And there comes a time in a career, and he's obviously decided now is the time where you have to put get in the deep end of the water and basically say, well, let's see how good I really am.
Yep.
That's what he's doing. Fair call?
Fair call, fair call. I thought he was going to do that 2 fights ago. We were supposed to fight, myself and Alex, and that fight didn't come off. Mick Kirby took the fight instead. But yeah, it's exactly what he's doing, and it is, you know, just so everyone, I mean, I know a lot of people who watch boxing, because of a lot of the circuses that goes on, they think it's an easy fight, you know, there's no way this guy will lose. But this fight is definitely not an easy fight.
A fortnight ago, we were sitting here, and we're hoping you're going to get through your fight, Leapai gets through this fight, you guys fight.
Yeah, so was I.
Fight we're all looking forward to.
Yeah.
Is there a risk now that if Leapai wins this fight against a guy who has a good reputation around the world, that when you say, okay, Alex, now let's fight, he says, Carly, I've moved beyond you now. I'm going to now head overseas and fight other guys overseas, and he leaves you out of the picture. Is that a concern?
Well, you know, boxing, they can say or make up anything, but I think the people know that, and I know all the boxing public overseas knows that when they mention Australia and heavyweights, they know my name. When they mention New Zealand and heavyweights, they know David Tour's name. We'll see what happens. I mean, if Alex, I believe it's right to clean up your own backyard before you try and venture into the States. And
hopefully it'll be called Kings of the Pacific, and hopefully it still happens. But Paul, Johnny, we talk about the joke that is sometimes Australian boxing and the crap that we're served up. You talked about a fighter in Alex Leapai prepared to go out and go to the next level. But Johnny, it really is a quantum leap. I look at his record, 31 with 25 wins. I'm not worried about his early losses, Carly, Paul, John. There's a couple there. One against a noted good jab in Colin Wilson, back when Colin was fighting at the top of his game. So Leapai could strike trouble against a noted boxer in Johnston.
Well, as Carly said, the guy is noted for his boxing skills more than his power of punch. I'm pretty certain someone of the skill levels that Johnston does possess and a puncher, the fight wouldn't be going on because it would be an added risk. I think it's a great fight. I think it's a very tall order for Alex, but you know, his people are on the mark. I think he's looking after by Noel Thornbury, and the Thornburys go back so many years in the fight game. I'm not going to question their judgment, but on paper, a very big risk, and you know, it'll be a fight that I definitely want to see.